This is part 26 of our 100% walkthrough for Link to the Past, and in this part we're going to be taking on the first half of Ganon's Tower, and in that half we're actually going to get all the dungeon items in the dungeon.
The first part we basically do the fun stuff, we get all the items, and then the second part of the dungeon is actually just really hard.
Yep.
Like, yeah, there's a lot more enemies, it's just a lot tougher.
It really is, and I tell you what though, before we get into the dungeon, I still love the way it looks up here on top of Death Mountain, like with the lightning and everything going on below. I just think it looks awesome.
Well, first of all, Ganon's Tower looks amazing.
Yeah,
like, it's kind of flashing and everything. Just, I mean, the pigs right there, the pig statues in the front. And I love the whole visual right here of like all the maidens coming together that we've gotten and like helping us to open the way to Ganon's Tower. It's just very cool. Now, this is actually not where the game ends, and like I always kind of go back and but a little bit, but I always go back and I kind of wish that the game would have ended right here.
It would have made sense, but I mean,
when's the game ever ended though on the final dungeon?
Exactly.
It never has ended there.
Yeah.
So.
Plus, then the whole like pyramid in the middle would have gone to waste too.
Yes, true.
But I love how as soon as we enter this place, it looks so much like the inside of Tower of Hera from the Light World. It's just I really like how they kept it similar and just they made the color a little darker to make it stand out. But other than that,
you know, it's just a tad bit darker, but it's got that purple. And I know a lot of times you associate purple with royalty, but I always feel like purple can also represent evil. Well, think about if it's like a proper tone or a shade of purple, and I kind of get that feeling with this.
Yeah, well, I mean, think about Vati back in Minish.
That's a very good point.
Like,
actually,
purple was a very big part of both like the Dark Hyrule Castle and Vati's outfit.
That's a good point. And actually, it's a very similar color to this purple right here, like in shade. And you know, I'm getting way too much in the color saturation and shade, and tone and sharpness and all this other stuff.
It's kind of a long dungeon, so we gotta find stuff to talk about.
The reason I knew all of those to use is because they're all on my TV.
Hey, you played around those TV settings.
Sharpness with color? No, I just know the settings on my TV.
Exactly,
that's all.
Exactly. But this is a longer dungeon though, so if we go off topic a little bit, I'm pretty sure it's the longest dungeon in the game.
It is. It's a great final test of the game, and like it's so much. In my opinion, this dungeon is so much harder than the other ones, and like you said, it's also a lot longer. And what we're going to see in this dungeon is. It's not like other Zelda games, like where you go through the last dungeon and you get parts of like the other dungeons that you've been through. They really weren't able, I guess, at this time to do stuff like that. Yeah. But we will see some of the bosses that we encountered throughout the game.
Which I'm normally, like, I hated when they did that in Wind Waker. Because I felt like the bosses were the entire Ganon's,
you know. Yeah, it was too much. It was too much in Ganon's Tower.
Yeah, but
I believe it's Ganon's Tower. I don't know.
But in this game, the bosses they're shorter. They're a little easier, you know, so it didn't feel quite as
Moldorm's not easy because they put Moldorm, you'll see in the second part of Ganon's Tower, they put him on a more narrow platform, and it's very difficult. Now, that Samaria trick, or Samaria, whatever.
I think so. I think it's Samaria,
Like, that's a really cool trick you saw right there, where you can actually use it again, and, you know, like, kind of disappear and shoot a beam out. It's really good to use on those switches right there.
Because it's either that or you have to use the bombs, which are a little less precise. And I think in that case, if you set the bomb too close, it hits both switches and defeats the whole purpose.
And that's the pain with that double switch right there. Like you said, like if you get the bomb too close, yes, you will hit both of them. Whereas if you just use that beam, it'll only hit the first one, I believe. So it makes that part right there with that double switch, which confused the heck out of me. It makes that a lot easier.
I'll tell you what, it's just another use for that cane that it didn't really have before. You know, it's like we've kind of complained that the cane, it just creates a block. Yeah. But it also has that neat trick to shoot the beams. Actually, was
then we also used it in Turtle Rock too, where we really liked it, like, you know, as a platform now.
Exactly.
The Cane of Berna or Vina, whatever it's called. Cane of Beer.
Yeah. I need one of those.
We use that one as dungeon too, but that one's also kind of pointless now. You'll notice right here that kind of walking around like aimlessly, like when I was playing like this game, I was practicing, like I didn't know you actually had to hit a certain switch.
Yeah.
I thought I guess I was in a certain spot, and every time I killed the enemy, that wall blew up. Yeah. So I thought you had to kill the enemies for that wall to blow up, but actually you had to hit a switch on the top left part right there. I don't know exactly which one, so that's why you kind of saw me running around like that, because I didn't actually know you had to hit the right switch.
And I like the visual of the wall blowing up like that. It's cool. We've had that a few times throughout the game, and I love it every time. I really do. Now, all these teleporters, it looks like it would make the dungeon really confusing, and it does to an extent. Yeah. But in most cases, there's really only one or two choices that you can jump into, so it's not as bad as it looks.
But don't you have to restart, like, if you go to a certain wrong one? Like, don't you, like, go back to one and you restart? But really, that's a trial and error right there. That's not a very difficult puzzle, which back in the day it probably was.
Yeah.
We're probably, how in the world do you do this? But kind of a cool puzzle. I did kind of like that. We really haven't seen a puzzle like that I can remember anywhere in the dungeon.
There's been very little, like, of the teleportation tiles.
Well, you never liked teleportation, though.
No, I've never been a fan of it. It always throws me off.
Well, I mean, just I don't like going to places where I'm like, oh, well, where am I at now? Then you gotta look on the map, and then you're like, okay, well, this warp takes you here, and this warp takes you there, and you can. By the time you get to 4 or 5 of them, you have no clue which one goes where.
Exactly.
So.
Now this room gives me fits because the last time I played this game, I ran out of magic.
Oh yeah, that can be a pain. Like, I like this little trick I use right there. I use the bomb. Like, yeah, you take a little bit of damage, but it knocks you across that gap.
Yep.
So you don't have to walk away across it. It's just a cool trick right there.
Plus, you don't.
I just want to show.
Plus, you don't have to navigate all the way across those because those torches, if I'm not mistaken, go out.
They do. Ooh, yeah, they do. You're right. I didn't think about that.
Which makes it tough to see where you're going.
Yeah, and that's kind of a long walkway that you got to go around there, and you got enemies. And you also have, I believe, we had the Helmasaur, which are a pain. Wasn't there also some Baris there?
I think there were that you killed.
Because Baris don't light up until you strike them.
Exactly.
And then that's when they shock you. Like they still sit there for like a minute, not like have any electrical charge to them whatsoever.
That's the way they always go.
As soon as you swing your sword, they'll like shock you. Yeah. So whatever.
I think they did make these bosses a little easiar to kill. Like only you got
we got silver arrows.
I kind of forgot we have the upgraded arrows, but yeah, that's a.
That boss, I think, with the regular arrows, I would think it's the same, like number of hits and everything. Obviously, it's a little bit tougher because of ice. That's one thing, even though we hate the Ice Palace, I'm glad that they actually like add ice to this dungeon. Yeah. It makes it a lot harder, but it's just a cool little like addition to the dungeon.
Wrinkle to the boss fight too, and I think all 3 of the boss fights that we have to, that we have to redo have a little twist to them like that. It's like we'll see them as we go.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, they're not the ice twist. They're not.
No.
I've already kind of talked about Moldorm and what that one is. So
tell you what, that wasn't very nice of you to hookshot that fairy. I don't think the fairy appreciated it.
Well, I need her more than she need me, I guess. So.
Although it's not as bad as the Wind Waker ones where
you trap them and then it shows the expression on her faces. Yeah. No, I
thought you were going to keep talking.
You were going to say something.
We got the red mail.
Yeah, well, actually, that's where I was going. I thought you were going to go there with it. Got the red mail. It's a defensive upgrade.
Yeah.
It makes you take half the damage that you took with the blue mail, I think.
I
really did not read the description, but it's just another one of those items that, like, and really the last couple items, we just haven't been that big of fans of because we just don't like items like that. We like actual weapons that we get to use, but at the same time, it is nice to get another defensive upgrade at this time, especially in this dungeon.
I can't think of the last time we got an actual, like,
it's nice, weapon. But I don't like it.
Yeah. Well, I can't think of the last time we got an actual weapon.
Well, Turtle Rock, we got the Mirror Shield. Misery Mire, we got the Cane of Samaria.
The Ice Palace, we had the Blue Mail.
Yes. What was it again? Thieves' Town.
Thieves' Town was the
Times Mitt. Skull Woods was the Fire Rock.
That's the last time.
See, yeah, that's the thing. Like, I mean, the last 4 or 5 dungeons have been pretty good overall. But like you said, like we just named off a bunch of dungeons
just
where
4 in a row.
Really, the best item that we've gotten like from a dungeon was way back in Skull Woods and the Fire Rod.
Exactly.
And just maybe some better weapons in the final dungeons of this game could have made it. I mean, the games are great.
It is a great game,
our opinion, but it could have made it a little bit better.
Or just like maybe make you have to do them in a different order so that you get some of the weapons scattered in between with the defensive upgrades.
From what I've heard, like I've never tried it. I've always gone the order that they have on here, but I know you can go a little bit out of order.
I think
on
there's
this,
2 or 3
game. Yeah, so I mean, I guess you could kind of do it that way, but that mean it has a number beside the crystal. Like you know, you're kind of going to go that way.
That's the way I do it too. Because I think you can do like the Ice Palace before. Or like Ice Palace and Misery Mire in whatever order you want.
It just doesn't feel like the same game to me.
It really doesn't.
That's what we should do sometimes. Is like try to play that game a little bit out of order, so just to kind of see how it feels. Now, right there, you'll see
your timing was so
I
close.
got very lucky, but like you have to hit that. Obviously, you light those torches, and there's a timer. I should have killed those Baris. Like, go down and kill those Baris before I lit all the torches because you'll see that they kind of get in your way on that one torch. So
they did.
Just something right there. I should have killed those Baris, got them out of the way.
It
would have not been near as hard.
I like that puzzle of having to throw the bomb onto the conveyor belt, and you got to get it all the way up to the top to get it because the explosion barely reaches.
Yeah, that's a timing thing. Well, obviously it's a timing thing, but like that was something I had to practice quite a bit actually.
Yeah, but it's a neat little puzzle that we hadn't really had before, and also some of the enemies we're starting to see pop up. Like we saw the floor mat or the wall master rather. And the Gyptos are like from Skull Woods, so it's been kind of interesting seeing some of the prior enemies.
Yeah, like they don't use you don't really see like the visuals of dungeons that we've been through, as we said kind of earlier. Like a lot of Zelda dungeons do that. The last one, they'll kind of have like parts of each dungeon up to in the game until the end.
Ocarina of Time's a perfect
This one couldn't do that, like we said, but they were able to bring a lot of enemies from the different dungeons.
Yeah,
like I said, the Wall Master. We see some Gyptos so far. We'll see some other different enemies that we've seen throughout the game. So at least that part was nice.
It just does add a nice little touch, and again, bringing back the bosses from the first 3 dungeons, I thought. Also, just added a little bit of that nostalgia. Hey,
I didn't even think about that being the first 3 bosses for the game.
Yep, because we get the Armos Knights, Moldorm, and
they're actually in that order too. So, but anyways, this will go ahead and wrap up part 26 of our 100% walkthrough for Links to the Past.